Welcome back, everyone. We are in a game of Dominions 4, The Garden of Good and Evil. It's a multiplayer game where I'm playing MA-Ermor, and you are here with Lucid. We're resuming at turn 17. Okay, so I've actually played this turn. The next turn that I'm going to do in this episode will be the first time I've seen it. So let's go through what happened. We have a battle where Nazca took my another undefended province. I took a big battle with Bandarlog and killed most of his army. So that was really good. However, I lost another small battle with Bandarlog, and that's because they have these gurus and rishis who were spamming solar flare at me. So it's really important the next time that I go in, and we'll see this the next turn. I really need to have a lot more sacreds, and then I need a lot more chaff to hopefully collect some of the fire from these guys. But we'll see. Finally, Nazca took another province. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Nazca took another province. We had two random events, and they're both bad. And I have another archbishop. So, okay, let's take a look. So, Nazca had taken these three provinces last turn, and you can see they've gone on to take these this turn. I have this army, which I'm pretty sure can survive a Nazcan attack. I'm gonna send it in right here. I'm sending this army, which also could, I think, kill one of the Nazca armies right here. And hopefully they will win. Oh, but I haven't shown you the battles from last turn. There's two that I'm going to show you. One is this one. So this was a really good battle. This is one that I won. Okay, so you see he has a bunch of tiger warriors. They're blessed, or they're sacred, but they're not blessed. I've seen his bless. It's not very good. It's basically as a rainbow pretender, which I was kind of worried about because these guys have a lot of attacks, right? So if he did, let's say a fire, even just a fire bless, but especially like a fire water bless, they're higher encumbrance, but they would just chew these guys up. So I'm quite happy that that's not happening. And these guys are tougher, so while I did lose a fair amount, hopefully they'll kill some of these guys now. No, these guys are kind of getting crushed. But I think I'm about to get their commander. So this actually could have gone pretty badly if their tigers made it all the way to my back line. They didn't. I got their commander, so they've now routed. So it was a bit of a trade, and I'm going to get most of them now, I think. Yeah, because they go and chop these guys down. But it could have gone better. I think if I had fought the tigers with my main dudes at the beginning, I think it would have gone well. And then I had this battle which did not go well, and you will see solar fire, or solar rays, I think is what it is. Here we go. So I'm attacking them, so they're on the left, I'm on the right. There's a solar ray coming down. Okay, now watch this. Bam! Look at that, that hurts. They're blessed, so that's good, but it still really hurts. I just lost another one. It's gonna get picked off there. So you can see, with two mages, I need way more artillery to come in. Let's look at their fatigue. So I have kind of run through most of their fatigue. Oops. Where's the other guy? Oh, here he is. So he's 75. This is the S3, so he's not as highly fatigued yet. So I really need to bring a lot more oomph to the next fight. But what I'm doing here is I've got my bigger army with more oomph, but not a bunch of chaff. So if you think about it, especially if he puts a lot of PD and then puts his guys behind the PD, I could lose this fight. That would be really upsetting. Because I'm not bringing enough chaff to soak damage. I probably should move these guys forward too to take more of the initial solar flares, but solar fires or solar rays, whatever they're called. But yeah, I really want to press the advantage. I would love to win the fight. If I win this fight, it would be really big for me, because I can then just sit on this fort and stop his mage production. And that'll also give me the ability to send raiders through here behind. I don't have the troops to take it yet, but I do have this army coming in behind it, which if I can get them to camp on top of the fort, I can then hopefully actually storm and take the fort. The other thing I'm doing is I've got this guy with a lot of undead troops, about 70, that I'm going to send up here to this province. And I think actually in the turn file I submitted, I think I actually jumped PD up to 10 here. So I'm taking this province, I'm moving here hoping he'll attack it, and then I'm defending this province. I'm almost sure he's going to attack this province. I'm expecting there's going to be no battle here, but he could, because I think a lot of these are hired guns. He may try to fight me, because it's not a big loss to him if he loses mercenaries. He may also put all his guys in this province, which wouldn't do much. He could also put multiple people in this province. He could also put a ton of guys in this province, and if he put all his troops in this province, he may win. So it really depends what he's choosing to do, and that's the nice thing when you play a flying nation. You have a lot of flexibility in terms of what you do, and everybody else has to kind of guess. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and hope we have a battle. I'm going to defend here and hope that he expands here. He's got this guy who can only expand into a few places, so he could leapfrog over this province. I move here, he moves behind me. That would be unfortunate. I'm almost sure he's going to move an army here, and I'm pretty sure with the PD plus all these undead, I should be able to take it, but you never know. The other thing is my fortresses are almost done. This is 3 months left. Whoops. And this is 1 month left. So I'll have a fortress up here this turn. I'm moving a priest here to put a temple up in this fort, because forts without temples, not as good. The other thing is I should have, if I cancel my priest recruitment next turn, I should have enough money next turn to build a fort. And I've been thinking about where I want to do it. I'd like to do it here, but it's under Nazcan threat, so I may not do it. Where I may do it is right here. And the reason is because I can build priests here, which would be good. I'd also like to do it here because I have an A2 site. But I think I decided that I'm probably going to do it here, but it'll depend. If I really win this next turn against Nazca, then I'll do it on this side of the map. This would be the best spot. But I'm not going to do it unless I won that fight. Eventually, I probably want to move my summoning to here and have this as a central province rather than this one. That way, I have much better kind of deployment forward. So that would be another reason to put a fort here and here. And then I've got a really strong kind of nexus for my power. You can see we've got quite a few people. Why the hell are you on move and patrol? Oh, you're going here. So under the chance they could also say, hey, we're going to jump and take his fort. Like they could go 1, 2, 3. I find that very unlikely, but it's possible. So because I was going to move him, I chose to send him on move and patrol anyway. What else? I'm getting a Dusk Elder this turn with the thought that maybe he can start site searching over here. Might should have gotten another Archbishop. I'm not going to get another Dusk Elder for a while. And the reason is because I think my Dusk Elder here is searching. He's probably going to come down and search here anyway. And I'm not super excited about site searching in unforted provinces, because I will be potentially losing a lot of those. And I also could have my Dusk Elder get picked off, especially by these flyers. They get a few provinces at once. Okay, so that's the end of this turn. Let's go to my current turn, which I have not seen yet. Hey, and we are back with turn 18 here in Garden of Good and Evil. So we have a messenger from Asphodel asking if anyone is interested in getting his blood slaves. We have a messenger from Ryla saying that they have seen the dark universe yawning where the dead land roll without aim, where they roll in their horror unheeded without the knowledge of life or dreams. It is for this reason that we must march against MA-Ermor. So Ryla has
said that he is out against me. So let's look at the battle. So we have this one. I caught one of his armies, and they got whooped up on pretty good. Did not get the Inca, unfortunately. It's going to be tough for me to get these guys since they just sit in the back, and I don't have any flyers. But they got whooped up on. We'll watch that. So here's a bunch of undead. They're going to jump in here, and then they're going to... Okay. Don't mess with me. Hey, get out of here, bird. Okay, so we see how that went. I think I tried to take a province that I thought was undefended. Turns out there was some PD, so my scout died. Big whoop. So Ryla has made claim to the land. We'll see how that goes. Machka has... I'm sorry, Bandar Log. I have taken this from them. And I kind of want to sit here, because my whole plan bringing these guys up was to come here, but I'm pretty sure Agartha is going to come out of here. But he could also just be fortifying, like maybe he's building a fort this turn or something, which, in my opinion, let him build a fort. But I do kind of want to defend this army. I could do that with this. It's highly likely he'll move here, but also possible he'll move here. Right, so he's going to move in one of these spots. He's not going to come and contest me, so... I don't know. We'll see. And I said this was the current turn. I had actually opened it up earlier, and I had kind of misrecorded, so... So I've got a decision to make. Do I sit here and camp out on this throne? I mean, on this fort. And I can probably break it, since I think it's a palisade. Oh, there's a gym. Oh, there's a gym here. And he's got a temple here, too. I really want to break it. I'm kind of thinking I should, and to say, to hell with these guys. He's going to keep raiding. So if you look at him, he had an army here. He skipped this province and jumped here to the throne. It's highly likely... Let's look at what he did. He had this army here, and he moved it here. Which, Scorpion Peak... I think that was a defensive move. So yeah, that was a defensive move. This is a really weak army. It's hardly worth taking. The problem is I'm going to be chasing him all through my territories. If we just do rough math, he's got 3 armies running around. I killed one of them. And I've got not as many. I need a lucky interception. It's highly likely this province somebody goes for. It's also reasonably likely they try to get me in this province. Sometimes sitting still, if they're expecting you to move, is a good plan. So it's a little tricky trying to think what I do. This group he doesn't have it. Does he have Vision of? Oh yeah, this is the group I squashed. Oh, which is funny, because, yeah, he had global fins. Yeah, so I think he had troops here, but he didn't see me. This army was here, and so that's how we intercepted. He jumped here thinking nobody would take it, and then I moved these guys here. So he's clearly trying to dodge me. He does not want a direct flight. So that's the mindset I need to put myself in when I'm trying to counter him. Okay. I was checking here to see if this was a commander. It's a heavy infantry, so it's unlikely that he's building a fort. I only have 300 population left, so that's probably one more turn of these guys, and then they're going to have to go somewhere else. They'll probably go up here or over here. It may actually be time... If I had a better expansion, I would make more priests. Actually, I can keep making them, because they can make long dead when they're gone. Oh, he's gonna... Oh, no. We've got a guy here building a temple, so he's gonna actually reanimate ghouls. We've got a temple coming up here. This is now 2 turns away. The problem is these guys have huge banishment, so weak units like this, they'll just tear through that. Really, I don't want to fight with these guys. I'll be better off taking So it's actually highly likely he's looking for a fight here, because these guys are really strong. They have super good banishment spam. They've got 2 H4 guys spamming with the most cost-effective meat shields in the game, plus 2 greater othernesses. I can kill them, but I would rather run away. Free from military units. See, I need... If I had 2 more forts, I would be really happy, but that... Not having 2 forts is due to the fact that I didn't expand very well. So let's see what I've got. What do I have going for me? So he's got 3 sacreds. Here we've got only 1. Here we've got... Oh, I forgot about this guy. Oh, so this is really good, actually. I've got an archbishop here that I kind of forgot about. And, let's take a look. We can put the soulless back up here. These guys go in this group. Sorry if you have to watch all this. So this group actually, I think, will have a very good shot at killing these guys. So that would actually be worth it. Now I just need to think about the best way to do it. They also probably need... I think what I'm going to have to do... You have to worry about morale on lictors a little bit. They have 18 base morale. And these guys have horrible leadership. So what I think I need, because they're also going to have potentially Mind Blast spam, is I need to guard Commander with some zombies. Or some ghouls. They're not mindless, so they'll soak up some of that. That'll be good. Then, what else? I think what I do, I had these guys on hold and attack rear. What may be better is if I just have them on attack rear. Because I really don't want to be... These are the guys they're going to target. I'm going to put these over here. I'm going to pull this guy back in the middle. We're going to move my main line up some. Yeah, so I think this is what I'm going to do. This group has a pretty good chance. They could still... I'll take some casualties. It depends. Let's take a look. Where are they positioning their troops? Because I want to route around the side and get to their mages. It's going to be really tough. Because it looks like... I think here's where the battlefield edge is. So it's really unlikely that's going to happen. And look how strong that banishment spam is. I think the other thing I do is I don't really need this unholy power. I'm going to do more power protection of the sepulchre. That'll help me with the banishment spam. Oh, we found a fire site here too. That's good. So I think what I'm going to do, and this is a bit tricky, I think it's most likely he's either going to attack here because he's aggressive and wants to fight, or he's going to push inland. I think here's pretty likely because this would be consistent with him getting a coastal border. So what I'm thinking is, and I have some PD here too, which is going to be good. It's going to help with some of my issues. So I'm going to move this guy here. He's going to take out this province. Here, my PD is going to be behind everyone, so it's not really great. Okay, we'll see. But I think it's Archer PD. Yeah, so they're just going to shoot bows anyway. I think that's pretty good. And also I have more to lose if they take this province because I've already invested a fair amount of PD. This group, well, they know I'm here. They can see me. If I were him, what would I think? If I were him, I would think that I'm going to run around and chase his dudes. And that's what I would want to do, and I would jump to spaces where I don't think he's going to chase me. So this would be a space I don't think he's going to chase me. It's also highly likely they could come and attack me here. So I think I have to move to this province, but if I were him, if he's really smart, he moves and attacks here. And that way he keeps me kind of on my feet. Yeah. So I think I'm kind of doing a predictable move here. The only thing I could do is if I miss guess here and he doesn't attack, he's getting income from these two. So one thing I can do is if I take this province, it's actually going to cut off all of his income. So I should do that. Because otherwise he has no way to trace these provinces back to land. So this is going to be a big hit to his income. I also could move here. It's probably more likely he tries to take this. I don't know. Hard to say. Okay, so we have this built. Next fort will be here, probably here. Here, there's no troops to take. But this is a place where I've got a ton of ghouls, and I'm only getting more. So I actually should take a bunch of them to a province where I have very few ghouls, which would be something like down here. Because here we're about out, and yeah, I don't have that many. I've got 63. Or here. Here I've got no ghouls, and I'm not going to get any. Actually, I should go here if I can. Let's look. I think I'm going to go here and drop some ghouls off. I have enough to cast another Dusk Elder if I want to. I think what I want to do is save up. I need a lot of Archliches. Let's see what I can get. Let's take a look at what we have to. So, for Soulless, we got about 40 of them. These are decent to follow your armies around and take forts. They're pretty worthless in combat. And then we've got these guys who are really good. I've been doing a lot of this stuff off camera, so this is a good episode if you want to see some of the drudgery of actually playing MA-Ermor. A lot of it is sorting through different kinds of units. There's a few hotkeys that are pretty helpful. One is A. If you hit A, you'll select everything in a row. The other thing is if you double-click, you'll select all of one type. And another good thing to know is with these guys, you generally... you can't put zombies in the same group as an undead. You see I just tried and it didn't go. So if you select everything up here and you click down here, it will put only units which can merge, which in this case is just this chaff, which otherwise I'd have to click on one at a time since they're all different. So I actually can send another army out. I don't have a ton of lictors yet. I might wait one more turn, because this would be a kind of medium army. It would take some losses if it ran into a major conflict. I think I'm going to kind of take one more turn. But I like to sort it out as I go. So this is something that I would kind of send out. Like, this would win most conflicts. In fact, maybe I should. I really need one more army over here, and then that'll really firm up the war against Calum. Otherwise, I'm going to be chasing things around. I think I'm going to do that, actually. So, here we go. We are deploying this army. So we'll put these guys in a line formation. We'll put these guys out in front. Line formation. To those guys, we're going to add these, because none of these shoot. So I'll put non-shooters in the front. Everyone else has javelins. These are going to get a hold and attack. We're going to put them in a line. We're going to put our Archbishop up right next to him. We're going to have the Archbishop cast Unholy Blessing, then he's going to cast Unholy Power, and then he's going to cast Power of the Sepulchre 3 times. That's my standard script. We're going to put... It's nice to put these guys out in front too, that way they'll get some of the arrows. So this will be good, gives me a really strong right flank, or left flank. Can't complain. So I think what we can do, we can send it here. I was already going to send another force here. I think it's really unlikely Salem attacks here. What I can do with these guys instead is take this. So now I'm guaranteed to take 2 provinces back. Or 3 provinces. I'm going to get 1, 2, 3. And he really only has 2 armies that can take one. He can take this one, which would be risky. He can also try to take this one or this one. I mean, he could go anywhere with these guys. But, yeah, there's a lot of danger if you take one in the middle. Because that way if you lose, there's nowhere for your guys to run to, which would be nice. Here, I'm thinking Agartha may attack, but I'm not totally sure. In fact, I think he's building a fort, because this would be a super weak force for him to think he can come attack me with. And then I'm going to send this guy in here. So we better actually prepare this group of folks for what I think will be the plan to kill them. So what I'm actually going to do, this group's going to be way back. I'm going to put 2 groups to draw fire up in the front. These guys are going to be in a line formation as they are. These guys down here are on hold and attack rear. I like that. These guys are going to be here, and these guys are going to be here. So, when these guys come out, they're going to come out like bats out of hell. What I may do is shift them up a little bit. And what I may also do is shift this top group down enough that these guys can slip over the top. Because these guys are going to be quickened and they're going to have unholy power on them. I mean, they're going to be booking it. Right, so on turn 2, they're going to cover almost the whole battlefield. I think this is pretty good, actually. I think this is good. I'm going to move these guys back a hair. So my hope is he tries to break out at this turn, because I want to get armies off the board. I'm hoping he moves here, and I'm hoping I win this fight, which will be close. I could totally lose it. The other thing I haven't really done, and this is because he has banishment, I really should spread this out, do a sparse line formation. And actually I should do that here too. I think I'm going to put it here, and then I'm actually going to move... Oh, these guys are in front. I wonder if I move him here... Hold and attack. No, I think I like it how I have it. So I'm gonna put him here. Okay, this is the best we're gonna do, I think. So the other thing we'll do is we'll send our dudes out to get more troops. He'll go over here. He'll go... Do I have any troops here? No good ones yet. He will go over here. And finally, oh, we have one dude. He's going here. This guy, I think, should go up. Okay, I think that's the turn. I'm going to send out some messages, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye.